100. A mainly clear night tonight, low 70. Friday, a sunny day, high 106. For the Inland Empire this morning, skies to be clear, to be sunny through the day with a high of 100. And for the desert cities, we'll have a clear morning and a sunny afternoon, the high 112. I'm meteorologist Jim Rinaldi, Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's Hollywood Live today. We got Jess over there. Jess, what's going on?
Good morning. I am excited. It is Spider-Man weekend, and hopefully you can get a ticket to go watch it.
Jess, have I ever been this hairy?
No, you have not.
Okay, I'm going to do a shout out to someone, although I should say this. Technically, the person, I will say this. I'm a Twitch person now, okay? And don't get it messed up because people go, are you twitching? Well, in a way I am on Twitch. Twitch is, I will say, one of those things where you go, okay, I think it's going, even though it's Amazon and they really need to invest in it, it's going to be a something. I don't really know. I could talk on the subject if you invite me. I could do that. There's a conference going on in the area of San Diego. And San Diego just had a huge thing happen at Comic-Con, Jess. So, pretty big. And you probably know what I'm talking about, Jess.
Are we talking about the Marvel news?
Yeah, let's talk about... But hold on that. Okay, hold on that. So, again, he said it. Spidey is out. But I wonder, Jess, because I saw something that said, oh, we're going to watch it. And I go, ooh, that's in Burbank. And I go, ooh. But... Okay, Twitch is one of those, and I like this. Okay, I was watching this. But I don't want to say the names because sometimes they go, you're not responsible with what you're doing. And I know that because of what we do. We're never taught this. I watch others. I go, oh, gotta be responsible there, gotta be responsible there, and gotta be responsible there. Like, you cannot cuss. You cannot cuss because we're on live right now. And if Jess were to cuss, he would be fined. Or not, I don't really know. Or we would try to get rid of it with a dump button. You have the dump button ready to go, right, Jess?
Oh, yes.
And it gets rid of a certain amount of time. So I leave Twitch on, and sometimes I leave it on beyond, even when I like get out of the room and I'm doing something else. And then when I come back, it's on a different one. So here's what they do, which I wish we did. We kind of, I don't really know. Like, who's after us right now, Jess?
After us is Formula One Racing.
Yeah, but sometimes they're not live. You know, we're live, 100%. They're not. Sometimes they send a show. Sometimes they are show. But certain stations do this. We really we should get back to this, where we introduce the next one, right? Because we don't do that. We're like, okay, got to go, bye. Are they live after us, or are they recorded, Jess?
It's recorded.
Yeah, see, okay. And sometimes I don't even go on, and we just rebroadcast, okay? So that's the way. And if you like, I don't know how much of you, if you're watching this, then you know radio is a thing. It's different than the other. We cannot cuss. And so when we have guests on, they cannot cuss. And our other engineer, Brett Malik, love him. Brett would tell them, hey, you cannot cuss. Okay? When we go on air, you cannot cuss. Oh, okay. You just can't. It's like TV. You can't cuss on TV, right, Jess? That would be weird.
Yes, but I'm to the point and age where if I have to tell you not to swear, you need help because you got to learn to control yourself.
Thank you for saying that. And that's a thing that, honestly, Jess, if you were invited to a podcast or anywhere else, stay that way where you never cuss. Okay, just be that way. Remember, there's a kid in the room, there's a nephew, there's a niece, and they look up to you. And the moment you cuss, right, you never know. You never know. So, right, Jess? What do you want to say, Jess?
Yes, I know that very, very well. I'm not saying I've done it, but my nephew is kind of like a parrot, and he mimics words that I say. So I've been truly trying to cut it out.
See, you got to be careful. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay. So what I'm saying is this, Jess. What I'm saying is this. We are on radio, but we're and shout out to Pauline, who I was thinking, and I said, I wonder, because I used to be on his show, okay? But he invited me after a event that we were invited to, and we did that for free, and it was a pain in the butt. And now they're happy as all get out. They took my people. But you go, okay, whatever. What are you going to do? And I guess that happens. But he literally told me, we're not going to pay you anymore. And you're going to go to my people that we usually pay, and you're going to take them, and you're going to have them do it for free. Yeah. It's called volunteer. But you're all right. Like, you used to pay us, and we would pay our people. So everyone I've introduced that didn't make sense to me, Jess. That's like technically someone coming and saying, hey, I'm going to get all the people from KMET, and they're going to do it for free for me, even though you used to pay them because we used to pay you. I'm going to get, it would be, and I said this, I said, well, if you're going to do that, can you at least pay them what, and I said, pay them. But I don't think he paid. And evidently the person's like, all right, I guess I'm not getting paid. I go, that is a pain in the butt. You don't even know. Like, if they do that to me, they're probably going to do that to you. You know what I mean, Jess?
I don't know. I have no idea what the future will bring.
Yeah, I get you don't know. But my point is this. The station may do it. You never know. The station I came from used to do it. But I think they got pulled in. And I'm going to say this. If it goes belly up, I go yay. Yay, yay, yay. Because in a way, you go... And I get others will be like, you were paid? Yeah. Do you know what we did for them? So, but that's all I'm going to say. Because I didn't get paid on the last one. And then, the one who was supposed to pay me, he died. So sometimes things will happen that way where you're owed money and then the people die and you go, I'm not getting any of that, huh? And then you feel weird asking for the money from the people who are going to get money eventually from the person who died. You go, oh, they kind of owe me money. So I don't really know. But the answer is Spider-Man is out. So now you have tickets, right, Jess?
I do have tickets for this Saturday. I'm extremely excited about all the Marvel news that came over the San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah. I don't know if you know any.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, you know what I got stuck on? Why you heard me nothing said. I at first I had a moment of why would you do it at 9:00 in the morning, Jess? You said 9, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then I thought, really quick, I go, oh, I get it. He's so used to being up early because I go, who would want to wake up on a Saturday in the morning? Who would want to do that? And then, and right now, the smart one's saying, it's probably one of the few days he has off, which is why he can enjoy it at that time. Because I go, who would be? And 9:00 is pretty early. So
I'm up at 6:00 every day.
Where are you sitting?
I sit near the outside because I don't like being crowded. And the other reason I do go in the morning is because it's less crowded. I really don't like being in a full theater.
I will say this. That's pretty much everything. I will say. There are some people that get the invite. I used to get an invite. But I'm not going to lie. It's a pain in the butt because it's just a pain in the butt. But here's the thing, Jess. And I don't know if I should debut on Twitch with a beard or not debut with a beard on Twitch, because then I may be known as that. You know what I mean? People, at least the people that used to watch us, used to see me clean shaven, hair done right, in a suit. All right? That's how you met me, right, Jess? Always a suit. And I used to get, why a suit, right? I used to get that. I go, well, and someone actually said always dress up. But we're in a time that I think people are not really dressing up. They're really not dressing up. What? Have you seen the people in the White House, Jess? They really are like, don't really care. Have you seen it?
I've seen a few people, but yes.
Yeah, and I have a question on those people. I really do. Okay, so we have Applebees. Oh, by the way, this is our last time, unless it changes, that we're going to be on at the time that we're on, which is the time that you're watching. Unless you rewatch it. Now, the station doesn't understand rewatch. That's the problem with the station. The station doesn't understand rewatch. They don't know that even though we got so many people watching or listening at any given time, that someone can watch 100% and get it real big all of a sudden overnight and like have it there forever. Because there's a lot of video of you, Jess, and you go, I'm what? So if someone says, hey, I saw you, you go, oh, but I bet, Jess, if you and I went on Twitch and we stream, we'd have to get a good data. Do you have an unlimited plan?
For my phone, I believe I do.
Okay, for your phone, yes. Wait, what service do you have? They have unlimited.
I don't know. I have to ask my wife. She handles everything.
You really got to get to that, Jess, because then you go, what? We're over our data? It will usually tell you unless it doesn't. I got told, because I went to CES, and Instagram is a big hogger. You just stream, like you keep going through that, all of a sudden it goes, you're almost at your data. And the answer is probably pay for more data. So that's number one. Number two, well, that's actually an answer. There you go. Because Verizon is expensive, Jess. Verizon, expensive. That's all I'm going to say. Charter came. I told you about that. And they says, we offer phones. I go, but is it free data? Because if you have data for free, you don't want to change your plan. Because at some point, they change it. And then you go, wait, why do I have to pay for my data now? Oh, about that. And they try to change you as quick. Because I had a person who says, I have AT&T and I have unlimited data. Unlimited data. Not the, and then when you ask them, they go, oh, well, up to so many. You go, what's the fine print? Because they try to get you out of that as soon as possible. So, because the person was like, I'm not going to change it. I have unlimited data. I literally, and she probably could have, streamed everything all the time. And she's an actress. She's a stunt woman, too. Crystal Santos, shout out. I have lost it, Crystal. Call me, because I have lost it. All right, anyway, that's all I'm going to say. I don't think you watch. I don't think anyone watches anymore. We got someone watching. I can see you kind of watching, it says. Okay, Jess, real quick. Before Applebees comes, what do you want to say about Spidey?
Yeah, and I'm extremely excited for it. I am curious on where they're going to go with it. And since this will be one of the few Marvel movies that will come out within the next year or so, might as well just soak it up.
Oh, Judy saw us. Judy's saying hello. Judy's saying, hi, strangers. Long time no hear. You were so like not. You were so like not. Or see. That's her continuation down at the bottom. Radio doesn't know that. They don't know. If we don't say it, they don't know. And sometimes you may comment and we don't see your comment. But Facebook is really good with what we use. But I don't know why it doesn't work on Instagram. I really don't. We got a caller in. That's awesome. We got that. Judy's a long-time listener. Long time. And Judy is awesome. That's all I'm going to say. It's been a while, huh? I know she has an update. Anyway, let's see. What do you mean? See, people say this all the time. We've been on the whole time. We're on every single day. Where have you guys been? Or have I just been? You've missed us. Facebook does that. Do you Twitch? Judy? Twitch. Here's the thing about Twitch. And I love Twitch. Applebee's, you're going to have to wait. Judy is a long-time listener. Have you moved, Judy? Judy has a lot of stories. And she's watching, like, literally, and, they interact online. You know what's weird, Jess? A lot of the people that I have on, they're not on Facebook. Applebee's not on Facebook. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. Our managers are not on Facebook. It's the weirdest thing. If I were a manager, I would get on Facebook and say, that's how we're being seen. And I would probably, make sure to make it, I don't really know. I used to do a thing where they're like, how do you do what you do? Can you do... And we're going to invite everybody, and it was at the Hilton, down the street from Applebee's, actually. We have a hookup, or not, I don't really know. And we invited all the broadcasters in. You were not working with us at the time, Jess. And I should have charged for it. I'm not going to lie. I should have charged for it. But that's all I'm going to say. Oh, we're at a different time. So we're no longer at 9 o'clock, people. We're at 2 o'clock. I'm like, who listens at 2 o'clock? They're trying to get rid of us. And that's the answer. They're trying to get rid of us. And with this beard, I could see them trying to get rid of us. Okay, there's a guy on Twitch. And I go, that guy's a radio guy. And I left my Twitch on, Jess. And I heard him in the morning. I go, he sounds like a guy in the morning. But he was cussing left, right, and center. But then when you look at it, he goes, Cozy Radio Station. I go, Cozy Radio Station? Huh. I go, I know that. I know it. How do I know that? So I guess he's on Twitch. Because I looked up Cozy, and I'm like, which Cozy is he talking about? Because there's a couple Cozies. And he was wearing a hat. And I go, ooh. I think that's me now. I think that's me. I'm fighting to be, so I don't know if I shave and I go, all right, go next level, or I just kind of go, whatever, I'm going to go with the rest, because that's kind of where everybody's at. Judy's in Washington, by the way. I love saying where she's at. Walla Walla. Now, she says she doesn't Twitch on Twitch. Don't Twitch on Twitch. Some Twitch on Twitch. Love them. Have an opinion there, which is awesome. But anyway, there you go. Twitch. Okay, go to Twitch, because Twitch is awesome. Applebee's is there technically. They don't even know. They advertise there. You don't even know. They come up right at the... But here's what you got to do. You got to click on creative. Actually, you know what, Judy? I don't know what you would like. I'm not going to lie. You might not like a lot of them. But anyway, it's where you learn what people do. They craft, they do things, and they talk. Some cuss, I know. But you would actually find it very interesting. We might lose you, actually, Judy. But I don't know that we're going to get you at 2 o'clock. Because you are in the same time frame as we are, right? So, yeah, you're good. And she loves Applebee's. Loves it. But anyway, we got to do Applebee's because Applebee's coming up. So we're going to take a break. We'll be right back right after this. Stay tuned.
KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
Your pharmacy and mobility solutions is now Beaumont Pharmacy with a new location at the Sundance Corporate Center. That's at the corner of Highland Springs and 8th in Suite 110. Of course, they still have Pack Your Meds. No more counting out the pills, dropping them on the floor. Oh, what a mess. And they have a full selection of pharmaceutical CBD. Wheelchairs, over-the-counter meds, you name it, they've got it. So if you're looking for the best and you want the best pharmacy, you go to Beaumont Pharmacy at their new location, 835 North Highland Springs, Beaumont Avenue in Beaumont, California, Suite 110. Give them a call, 951-845-8252.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the Tax Relief Hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control, and in many cases, get the breathing room you need. Garnished wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call the Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
Summer in the Inland Empire. You know what that means. Sunny days and hot temperatures that make you want to stay inside. Franklin Mechanical Systems can repair or replace your air conditioning unit to get it working cool before the heat hits. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems for all your residential and commercial air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000 and get cool today.
You're running out of letterhead. What do? Lithopass Printing. You need business cards. Now what? Lithopass Printing. Invitations to a wedding? Lithopass Printing and Banning is the answer. Lithopass Printing can provide banners, signs, and blueprints. Think of Lithopass Printing and Banning for quality graduation, birthday party, and baby shower invitations. Lithopass Printing also provides lamination, faxing, and photo prints. If you need it inked, make it Lithopass Printing. Lithopass Printing and Banning.
Hollywood Live today is where it's at. We got Applebee's. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm not going to lie. I was looking at something, and I love this, but I kind of go, Have you seen the DJ, or I'm sorry, I'm having trouble saying it, DJI camera? Do you know what I'm talking about, Jess?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if Applebee's knows, but these are really cool. And the ones, I don't know if you watch like on YouTube or other streaming, but they hold this thing and it has a little tiny thing, and then It's really cool. And then they have a head, what do you call it? A mic. It's fuzzy. I used to be very judgmental about it, but now I go, ooh, ooh, ooh. And everybody's about it. Everybody's about it, even like big. All right, Applebee's, what's up?
Good morning, Aaron, Jesse, and all the KMT listeners. I don't know what you were just talking about, but I do know that the NFL is right around the corner, and we here at Applebee's in Beaumont sponsor the Rams games on KMT. It's an ABC affiliate, and whenever the Rams win, of course, you get a 10% discount just for being a KMT listener on regularly priced items. So when the Rams win, we double it up to 20%. And so those games are just around the corner, and I can't wait. I can't wait to start handing out some 20% discounts.
I have a question. Since we have someone watching from Washington, okay, and you know those teams, I'm really bad with teams now. I used to be good with baseball teams, usually. Walla Walla, Washington, who would be the team over there against the Rams?
The Seattle Seahawks would be in that division, and the only NFL team in the state of Washington, Seattle Seahawks.
The Seahawks. Awesome.
The arch enemies of the Los Angeles Rams.
She's like, I know there's another. You never know. You never know. We love you over there, Judy. Judy loves Applebee's. All right, so real quick, since we have her, I know we got Jess here, but here's the thing. Spider-Man is the thing, okay? And I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie, Jess. I saw this cup. And it is a cup where when you fill it up, Jess, it goes red. Have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
Okay, and the eyes glow. Judy actually says, go Seahawks. She agrees with you. And the eyes glow in green, Jess. And on the other side, you have the Spider-Man signet. So it's white, it's metal-ish, and when you put cold water in it, it turns a color. Do you remember that was a thing? It's a promotion. Have you had a promotion like that, Applebee's?
I don't think we have had anything like that. No, not in my 15 years in this restaurant.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying. Jess is going early morning, and if you find him, you never know. He is going to watch it. What time, Jess?
Early morning, 9 o'clock.
Okay, early morning, 9 o'clock. Early morning, 9 o'clock. So, now I know, do you think, Applebee's is going to find you there or not really?
At this theater, probably not.
Okay, interesting, because he bought it ahead of time. He's ready to go. Got the seat. There you go. Why don't you sit in the middle, though? Wouldn't that be the best place?
I have a problem with crowds. I don't like being surrounded.
Yeah, you never know. Okay. Applebee's. Now, I will say this. Since Spider-Man is out, people like Jess are going to pay for it, and they're paying how much did you pay? What were the ticket, Jess?
I have coupons, actually, so
that's fine.
They're fairly cheap.
That's fine. That's good to know. Coupons are good. So we have a coupon. What's a coupon at Applebee's? Here's what I'm going with Applebee's. You got to convince people that are going to go watch to then spend more money because you guys are really, you have a good price range and you're open really late and you go after or before your show, come here. So, because Spider-Man's pretty big.
Absolutely. Spider-Man is definitely a big deal. I know that my kids are all planning on seeing it next week, I believe. And as far as it's going to be in the theaters here in Beaumont, of course, and it's going to be in the theaters all the way around. And sure, come on in, and we'll get you in and out. And if it's a date night, you can't beat the 2 for $25. You get an appetizer and 2 entrees, and we'll get you in and out and get you to the movie. Or come on after the movie, and if you might be during our happy hour, 9 to midnight. If you've seen the movie, then you come in between 9 and midnight, and you can get some half-price appetizers. And, of course, we have lovely beverages that we're going to serve responsibly, but we definitely have a great drink for every taste.
You saw the Dollarita. Am I wrong on that or no?
We have Dollarita for 2 more days, today and tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day of the Dollarita, and so come on down today or tomorrow to get that Dollarita.
Because I saw that with what's the pretzel thing called with the salt? Because that thing looks amazing.
Yeah, well, it is the pretzels. It's an appetizer, and there's 4 pretzels, and it comes with a beer cheese. It's called Brew Pub Pretzels and Beer Cheese Dip, and it comes served with some honey mustard also.
I'm glad you said 4 pretzels because the one I saw was one really big one. So, and it's not one of those where it's like long, like kind of like bread, but not, and it looks amazing. And that the salt, I don't know what that salt is. I almost want to say what's that salt because I want to get that salt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kosher salt, and it just it comes in the pretzel boxes, and we generously dust them with salt.
Yeah, it looks amazing and is amazing. Okay, all right. So great specials. And again, people like Jess are either very early, getting it out of the way, and or very. I don't really know. It's all over the place because Spider-Man is big. Now, Odyssey. I don't really know. I don't know. I think in a way people are going to say, I'd rather see Spider-Man because you've got what's coming. And Jess, what is coming with Spider-Man, Jess?
Coming with Spider-Man is obviously Doomsday in December.
Yeah, so it's a lead up, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if they're tying them together, but I will say this. I do want to see the end, and hopefully it leads to something because you go, because Marvel did something really big in San Diego. And somehow, I think you know this. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like if they had an opening at Marvel, Bill would be working at Marvel. Why I know this, I don't know. What do you think, Bill?
Sure. You know something I don't? Is there an opening?
We're all looking for a job. Hold up. No, but I really do. I feel like Bill would be that person in Marvel, okay? And he would be the person to say, nope, not talking. Nope, not talking. Not talking. So, I don't know. I just think if Marvel were looking for someone, I would recommend Bill. I'm not going to take him away from Applebees, but you never know. All right, Jess. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. All right, what else should we know about Applebees?
Well, like I said, we got happy hour, 3 to 6, 2 of them actually, 2 kinds of happy hour, 3 to 6, the early ones, and the 9 to midnight, 9 until we close. Every single night, we close at midnight, and you get half-price appetizers plus discounted drinks, and it's a really great deal. You just can't beat that deal. And but if you are looking to spend a little more money, we have our Mucho Margaritas, $10 because they're with a premium spirit. And there's the Prickly Plunge Margarita with Don Julio, and that's why you pay a little bit more because it's Don Julio, and it's got some Smirnoff vodka, triple sec, and prickly pear and lime flavors. And then we have the Backflippin' Blue Margarita. And that is with Don Julio and Malibu Coconut Rum. Again, premium. And, we still have some of those Pulios, those Pulio cups. That's $12. It's a bigger drink. It's $12, and you can keep the cup.
Oh, my God, that sounds good. I'm about that. All right, so here's what I'm going to say. Awesome. Drink responsibly, be responsible. And, again, if you just want food, because Jess doesn't drink, right, Jess?
No, I do not drink. For several reasons.
And that's good. You never want to hear other reason, but you never know. But I get you, Jess. I will say this. My mother mentioned something, and you may be able to talk on it or not. And she said, but she showed me a picture. I go, huh? But she showed me a picture like in the 50s. And she says, a golden Cadillac. And I go, no. That's not a golden Cadillac. She goes, no, it is. And that's what Google said. But what is a golden Cadillac?
I would say a Cadillac Margarita is I'm not really sure what a golden Cadillac is, but a Cadillac Margarita is just using premium spirits for your margarita. So like and with Grand Marnier on the side, and that's what I know a Cadillac Margarita to be.
Maybe it's a Grand Marnier, but yeah. So or maybe they used to because she's watching a lot of Lucy. And Lucy, in a way, says some things that go, oh, that's weird. And you go, whoa, weird. And my mother all of a sudden remembered this because they said something about it. And my mother goes, I remember a golden Cadillac. And she looked it up. And odd enough, when you look it up, you go, that is not a golden Cadillac. But yet she goes, no, that's a golden Cadillac. I go, huh. Because it's like, it almost looks like a martini. And I go, nah, it's not a golden Cadillac. Because I know when they use Cadillac, like you said, Grand Marnier, golden Cadillac should be a thing, which sounds more like a margarita. But maybe she's right, and it is a mix, like you kind of just said, of spirit, of some, I don't really know. But the Grand Marnier, maybe that's the one that I really like. Because that one, when you have that in it, you go, oh, but it's expensive. How much is that?
Oh, it's probably about 12 to $14. But I just did Google the golden Cadillac. It's an old old drink. It's a sweet, creamy cocktail made with equal parts Galliano, which we don't carry anymore, white cream de cocoa, and heavy cream, or half and half. Shaken with ice and strained into chilled glass. So yeah, it's an old cocktail from the 50s, and I don't think we could even make it because we don't carry Galliano, and we don't carry heavy cream. But
yeah, Google's all over the place. So I go, well, I guess it exists because my mother's like, yeah, and I'm like, but I have not seen that drink. It looks like the one that she showed me was a green. I go, that looks disgusting. I had a margarita. It was called a Cadillac. But then I go, you know what? Things do come from other things, and you go, okay, that makes sense. So anyway, because Golden Cadillac sounded really good, but whatever. All right, before we let you go, again, you mentioned KMET, you get a little discount unless it's already discounted, but they let you know. It's how much?
It's 10% off all regularly priced items unless the Rams win. So the Rams, that's about another month before they start playing games. But and that would be 10% off, and then we'll double it up to 20.
See, already someone calling. They're already ready, and they're probably going to order or something. All right, we're going to let you go get that. And then, again, where do we find you?
We're at 1585 East 6th Street at the Highland Springs exit of the 10 freeway. It's where Beaumont and Banning come together.
All right. Jess, you want to say anything real quick before we let them go?
It is going to be a hot weekend, so stop by at Applebee's. Great place to eat and cool off.
Indeed. Thank you.
Thank you for saying that. Air conditioning, and good restrooms. Okay, and they're open till beyond midnight or at midnight. When do you close?
At midnight, 7 days a week.
All right, we'll let you go. All right, more right after this.
Hi, folks. Dr. Curry Myers here to let you know that my new show, it's called America's Criminologist with Dr. Curry Myers. Every Tuesday at 1 p.m. as a former state trooper, special agent, sheriff of a major county, I will offer sharp insights into the pressing issues shaping American society today. I'll have guests, news, and my insights as an applied criminologist throughout the 1 hour show. So criminals and the progressive politicians that allow them to fester, beware, because this show is directed at you. America's Criminologist every Tuesday at 1 p.m. on KMET.
Tired of waiting in line for overpriced coffees and packaged rolls? Make a change and stop for coffee or espresso and a fresh homemade apple fritter or ham and cheese croissant at Donut Delight on Highland Springs Road in Banning, just off the I-10 freeway. Donut Delight is a family-owned business with a friendly staff who has served the past area for 22 years. Donut Delight on the corner of Highland Springs Road and Ramsey Street, just off the I-10 freeway. Donut Delight opens daily at 4:30 a.m.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning is distinctively suited for your travel time out of the car. Off the road, you'll find a courteous, welcoming staff and spacious rooms with desks, flat-screen HD TVs, and comfortable furnishings. Enjoy the complimentary breakfast buffet, high-speed internet, and fitness center and pool. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning, conveniently located off the I-10 near golf, gaming, and entertainment. For reservations and information, call 951-572-5500. That's 951-572-5500, or go online at hiebanning.com.
Join Yvette Walker every Tuesday at 4 o'clock p.m. on KMET ABC News Radio, 1490 AM, FM 98.1, and Internet KMET TV for the Southern California Business Report. The show is dedicated to highlighting successful businesses and the individuals behind them. Yvette interviews the incredible people managing these enterprises that range from awe-inspiring sole proprietors to world-renowned organizations. The Southern California Business Report, Tuesdays at 4 o'clock p.m.
New teen driver in the family? Just bought your first home? Have a new bundle of joy? Every life change matters, and by reviewing your insurance policy with Little & Sons Insurance Services, you could be benefiting with big savings. Little & Sons Insurance Services, a family-owned insurance agency who values the old-fashioned way of doing business. They work for you, not an insurance company, meaning your best interests are at heart. They can custom tailor your policy based on specific needs at a price you can afford. Home, auto, or business, you're covered. Call 1-844-9-LITTLE. That's 1-844-9-LITTLE, or go online to little, the letter N, sons.com. That's littlensons.com.
That's right. It is. Remember, Applebee's is awesome. Love them. I don't know if they're ready to go. He always knows, huh? He always knows. All right, because I know you'll tell him, right, Jess?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
We are on at what time now?
2 o'clock.
That's how they get rid of you. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. That's how they get rid of you. I know it says a year, but that's how they get rid of you. I signed an agreement. And you know what? It was one of those where you go, why? He goes, by this time you have to. And I go, and I barely got it the day of. And then I had to rush because oddly enough, you go, and this is kind of weird. Have you ever signed an agreement, Jess?
Not that I can recall.
Okay, an agreement, when you get it, okay, I will say this. The old me would be like, oh, wow, an agreement, yay. The new me, no, what a waste of time. But I'm like, okay, because I do a lot of things, and there are a lot of favors, and I have not called out any of the favors, and I'm about to because I need money, and that's the answer. There you go. That's what I'm thinking about Twitch, Jess. Twitch is something where you almost go, and I will say this, Jess. I will say this. The reason I cannot promote the people on Twitch, even though I want to, is because you almost need a class on being responsible. Does that make sense, Jess?
Yes, it does in a way.
I'll give you an example. If we say something about an actor or someone else, you have to almost imagine they could be on the show all of a sudden because you never know. You never know. So you go, do you really want to put out gossip, rumor, and stuff that you go, I cannot qualify that, and then have them on the show and go, oh, shoot. And then you want to ask them personal questions because in a way they really don't let you ask personal questions. Now, and that's technically sometimes the actor or actress, or because they won't let you interview, they go, you can only ask about what they're doing. And you go, okay, got it. Now, those that ask and they go there, well, those are the ones that are like news. We're not that type of news, okay? So we don't need to get the dirt or whatever you want to call it. We don't need to get the gossip. We don't need to get the rumor, you know? And we're not that show where they could just talk, cuss, like Musk. Musk is on the Rogan show. What's his name? What's his name again, Jess?
I want to say Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he cannot be on our show. Would we want him on the show? Not really. Because he promotes him, not, where we're at. So you go, okay. And we have a lot like that. But here's what I say. Twitch. Now, the thing about Twitch, and I love them. They're so funny. But they're irresponsible. And I want to say, be irresponsible and do not care. But you have to care, okay? Like, for example, there are a lot of people, and I've done it, but I try to do it as responsible as possible, which is stream while you're driving, right? Have you ever done that, Jess?
No, I don't even like talking on the phone while I'm driving. I do not like being distracted.
Yeah, so I did this thing with my mother, but I did not interact with it while I was driving. I would pull to the side, okay? So I put it on when parked. Then it just does what it does. It records. And there are some systems that do that. They actually record, okay? Or they can go live if you tap into your phone. You just have to do a setting and you go, oh, my camera does that. Exactly. So it's pretty awesome. You do that, you're good to go, okay? And that's the answer. So I did that with my mother, and I said, ride with mom, okay? Because we would try out vehicles. But I would edit that. Because in a way, she could say something so irresponsible, like, Ma, you don't get it. You cannot say that. You cannot say that. And you cannot say that. You cannot say that. And you cannot say that. So I recorded it. I didn't stream it live. Okay? Because my mother says some things to go, uh-oh. So you got to be careful who you're with. That's number one. Number two, you have to edit it. Okay? And it took me forever to edit. I go, this just takes so much time. I don't even think anyone's watching. They're up, but, I go, And with the stroke, I've thought about putting her up. There's somebody on social. He was on a show. I follow him. I've been following him for a while. Met him very briefly. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But his mother was in the hospital. So he did a GoFundMe because he needs money. Okay, he needs money. And I think they got to their goal. But, you go, ooh, he kind of big. Voyager big. Okay, I guess I could say it. Voyager big. Okay. Do you know Voyager, Jess? I feel like you don't really. You don't follow that.
Now, the nerdy me is going to be like Star Trek Voyager? But no, I'm assuming you're talking about like some satellite thing?
No, I'm talking about Star Trek Voyager.
Okay. No, I have not seen it.
Yeah. So Manu is on there. Okay. And if you look at Manu and you follow him, he's broadcasting him and his mother. Okay. I don't know what's happening there. But Oh no. Okay, it's bad. You got to support. And in a way, this could make news. Does he want it that way? Not really. But in a way, you go, okay. So the team over at Star Trek needs to understand. They need to support this guy, okay? Because and I kind of understand this. And I believe it. Because you go, oh, they're big. And then you go, how did they get homeless? I'll tell you. I don't really know, but it happens. That's why you go, are people taken advantage of? Well, about that. And you go, what character did he play? About that. So he did a GoFundMe, and it was really because of the surgery. And I didn't know GoFundMe, unless he set up another GoFundMe, because he needs money, and I think he's been depending on his mother for a long time. And I think in a way he's like, shoot. He'll take any job right now. He'll take as long as you're paying. But he's really taking care of his mother. So, and he's going pretty extreme on it. You go, but if you know the situation, you kind of understand it. And he used something, I go, uh-oh. So he hashtagged Star Trek. So it's out there. But he was on, and you go, oh, he had a role. Yeah, he did. Voyager. Okay, Voyager. That's all I'm going to say. So Voyager people need to come together and say, can we support him and his family? Because what people don't know is the family, he may have gotten to be where he's at, but the family really have to pitch it. That's number one. Number two, if you can, help him out. Okay? Because that could be me and my mother. Now, I'm not on Star Trek. I'm not on Voyager. I'm not anything like that. I'm on a little show called ABC News Radio, KMT, 1490 AM. And you would think they would pay. They don't. They don't care. They ask, oh, how's your mother doing? And then, all right, now, did you sign the agreement? Oh, my God. Right? My mother could be... So I don't really know. At least they ask, I guess. But anyway, there you go. So he's going pretty dark there. He literally says this. I don't know if I want to put... Maybe he'll change it. But she was needing surgery. That's number one. I guess they got an update of what happened. And then because of that, you go, uh-oh, here we go. Now, I know he's done things to help out. And he'll sign up to do things. But they should really offer him a job. Or he should just, I don't really know, but maybe he got stuck. Sometimes people get stuck with the role and you go, uh-oh. But he's like, hey, fans, can you help out? And you go, I can see some going, but how, like, you know, because, like, okay, I'll give you an example. Somebody did something to me and they says, hey, and I wanted to say, do you know what I'm saying? My mother, I could be on this. I'm going to click on his GoFundMe because it's actually true. And it could make the news all of a sudden. You go, oh. He says, I'm an actor. See, he sends a little bit of stuff, but I go, you really got to get another job. That's the answer. Because he had a role on Voyager. And you go, oh, I know who he is. We could have him on, but I don't want to put it out there. Because, and he says that my mother could die at any moment. Uh-oh. But he started off, oh, he's almost there. That's even better. I don't know if he opened a new one or increased it. I love GoFundMe. I may depend on GoFundMe. My mother is not good. And we're not rich. A lot of the stuff I'm doing, guess what? Takes a lot of money. And some people are like, oh, I go, do you understand my mother is like, and then they talk about what they need rather than what you need. I mean, it would be kind of weird if you said, and this could happen to you, Jess, you never know. You could be like, because I know things have happened. Sometimes you want things out there, sometimes you don't. But if someone said, oh, how are your family? Oh, they're good. Or they're not good. They're in the hospital. Oh, okay. Well, I don't really care. I just want you to do what we do, and can you focus on that? Because I don't really care. Wouldn't that be weird if they said that to you, Jess?
Just a bit, but I also understand the whole GoFundMe thing. A member of my family just recently started one last month, and it was because he needed a new heart. Yeah.
And here's the thing. This is where it's weird, okay? Because I will say this, like, right now. We want to donate $1 million. We don't have $1 million. Trust me, we don't have $1 million. Do you see how we look? Don't have $1 million. Although now I think about it, if I had $1 million, would I still look this way? I don't really know. So someone says, hey, can you help? And I'm like, I don't want to respond no, because I want to say, can you help? Because I know here's the thing. Go and do one of these, and then be all right with it, and then just put it out there, and there you go. That's all I'm going to say. I sent it to someone. I says, you should do a GoFundMe. And she did, actually. She did. But I really think she should have posted the picture of the way he was, which was, all right, I'm not going to say it because people get a little weird about that. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say. I could see, like, this guy's family, even though he is talking about his mother, that's all I'm going to say about that. But I can see family all of a sudden getting upset and going, why aren't you doing that? Well, then you help out. You help out. Because sometimes family of family, are like, oh, take down that picture. I don't want that out there. They don't really want that. You're taking advantage of them. You go, I'm the one taking. I'm like, what's wrong with you? So I will say this: he's taking care of his, and there you go. But yeah, he's trying to raise money for. Again, she's not doing well. She's not doing well, and I can see him say she literally is like, that's it. I think she needs surgery, to be honest. But maybe they maybe that's not worth it. She was diagnosed with terminal glioblastoma. According to this, it could be wrong. His mother, an aggressive cancerous tumor located in the middle of the brain. And if you know anything about tumor, my grandfather died of a tumor, Jess. My grandfather died of a tumor. So he says, according to this, because at first it was surgery, help her out. Because again, I don't know why they do that. You go, but you go, again, he was not making a lot. He had a little role. And if you go, how much did they get paid? You go, that's it? That's it. That's all. They may go to shows. They may sign an autograph. But the reason they charge is because they don't want to say it. But you go, you don't make money if I don't give you, huh? Not really. So that's the answer. Especially if you have a small role.
So speaking about GoFundMe, it reminds me of a story I heard a few months back. Do you know who Kunal Nayar is, or Nayar? Have you ever seen The Big Bang Theory?
Yes.
He is the actor who plays as Raj, the Indian character. So I don't know how anyone found out, but he likes to go on GoFundMe and pay off people's medical bills anonymously.
He's that guy?
Yeah, he's that guy. So I'm just like, wow, that is absolutely amazing.
Here's the ones that I don't like. The ones that look like they're like and I get this all the time from people I don't know, and I go, I can't put that, because they go, put that out there, and I go, about that. Like, I want to almost meet you, see it for myself, and then say, okay, that's legitimate. But even then, so sometimes you see people post stuff like that, and then Facebook hides it. They hide it. They hide it. And you go, oh my God, you're hiding it. So usually the ones that help out are the family, because they go, oh no, kind of like a birthday. You go, we haven't even asked for anything from y'all. And then all of a sudden they give you, and honestly, anything helps. And I'll give you an example. I've thought about doing, but my mother would be like, no, don't. But if it were, because I do wonder. She goes, I could die. I go, I know. And she goes, if this happens, that. And I go, whoa, we're having the conversation. So I will say this. I kind of understand those ones that say, if they die, because we're there, man. We're there, and I go, uh-oh. I've had people die that I didn't think we were going to die. My deal just died. I have no money. He actually owes me money. That's the answer. So that's all I'm going to say about that. All right, Jess, what else?
Yeah, let's switch to the new topic.
But I will say this. We are talking about entertainment.
That is true.
Because Voyager is entertaining. Okay, and if you look at it, I forget his character that he plays, but I want to say he's one of the ones with the... I didn't watch it all the way, and I know him a little, not a lot. I hate to say this. I'm not a Trekkie like I should be, maybe. But I think his character was one, when you look him up, you go, oh, he's one of those. The kids that rolled from the Borg. They got rescued. Do you remember them?
I do. I had to look it up. He plays the Borg boy Icheb, or Ikeb. I don't know how to pronounce that. In the last two final seasons of Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah, which is weird that his name is Manu, but maybe it's not Manu. I don't really know. And his last name, Interami. Again, you go, but Icheb is the... Okay, I got that. That's why it says, help Icheb Ma. And you could Google it right now. But Icheb is the character. That's not him. His actual name, I forgot how I met him. He goes, no, I'm that guy. Awesome. But then he went art, and I go, man, when you go art, that could be bad, because they don't pay. They love to take advantage of you. You do a lot of things for free, but you never get paid. And when they show up, they show up for free usually. They don't get paid. So you go, well, that's promotion, right? Yeah, but sometimes you go, this is why they don't have money. They don't have money, okay? And you go, well, do they need a full-time job? Probably, but it's hard when you get on, like, Voyager. You go, shouldn't I have a job forever in acting? Yeah, or in production. And I know he knows things with camera, but sometimes you go, again, the Voyager people need to band together to go, oh, we know him, we can help him out. And they have a lot of money, not going to lie. They can help him out so much. But he really has to, like, you know, because this is really bad. His mother is really bad. So this is entertainment related news. And that's all I'm going to say. All right, Jess, what else?
No, it's reminding me of another story I heard of. Actually, I didn't meet him, but I saw him. And it was an actor who played in a Nickelodeon show. And it broke my heart when I saw him. He even made the news for a while. People started a GoFundMe for him. But yeah, his handlers told people not to give him money because he has a problem.
Oh, yeah, with drugs or something like that?
Yeah,
I get that.
It's real sad because it's like when I saw him on the show, he was a kid. And now I look at him now, and it's just like, I wish I could help him. I wish he wants help.
Well, and that's where I go, how come you didn't help out? Like, and how long have you known that this is a problem? And they go, well, we've tried. You don't understand the situation. I go, okay, that makes sense, but, I don't know. You know, if you can, yay. If you cannot, you know. But I love GoFundMe. I really do. It is awesome. I love it because you never know. And I've seen people do it for funeral. Okay, I will say this. I used to be judgmental. I'm like, how come? And I want to say it, but now I'm in that place where I go, never mind. I'm not judgmental anymore. I kind of get it. Because in a way, and I used to want to do a show which showed what people did when they weren't doing what you thought they did. And someone said, don't do that. I said, fine. But there were directors and producers and writers that honestly, they hide. They have no money. They have no money. They depend on a family member. Okay, I'll give you an example, Jess. You know the people... Okay, never mind. They could be on the show. You never know. But Twitch. Here's what I would recommend if you're watching, which I know they're not. Go to Twitch because Twitch people donate all over the place. You just have to get known. And there's an actress that you actually know. She used to be on a show that you like, Supernatural. And she's on Twitch and she goes on there, Jess. And she does it live. Okay? She's an actress. She's the one that kind of understands things. She's got hair. I think I saw her at one place. But she's on Twitch. So any actor can go on there and say, look, I really need money. Because that's really what they want to say. And you can ask them. Sometimes I do, like, okay, I'll give you an example, Jess. I saw this and I thought it was the smartest thing. There are a couple of things I saw. I go, oh, man, I'm going to do that. What do you think about this show title? Ask me anything but that.
I don't understand.
What if the show was called Ask Me Anything But That?
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted me to ask you anything but that.
Ask me anything but that. What do you think about that? I like that show title. I like it. Because there are a lot of ones that go, ask me anything, and they leave it there. I go, but what if they ask you something you don't want? Because sometimes, you know, there are people that you know, there are people that don't know the situation, people know of a situation. You're like, I don't want that out there. That's private. Like my mother. Do I want it out there that she has been in the hospital more than you know? Yes. Yes. Sometimes she's like, don't put it out there. I go, you're going to want it. And then when I put it out there, guess what? People follow up. They go, are you okay, Vivian? Exactly. And then people request my mother, and I go, please don't. And they do anyway. My mother's like, oh, I have that person. I go, please, because my mother posts some stuff. I go, people are going to be judgmental. All right, we're out of time. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say, Jess. What do you want to say, Jess?
Watch Spider-Man this weekend, and congratulations to Ryan Gosling as being the new Ghost Rider.
What?
Yeah.
Did you? What the? Why would you do that at the end of our show, Jess?
I kept trying to turn to San Diego Comic-Con news, so we'll talk about that next week.
That's a rumor! I don't believe it at all! You know, I follow his wife, Eva Mendez. Eva, love you. Or I'll be back with more right after this. What? That's gotta be fake. That's fake. That's fake. It's fake. That's fake. I can almost tell you that's fake. The fact that he put that at the end, isn't that weird? Shout out to... I think it's fake. I saw Eva post something about somebody that says, this reminded me of him like being that character, but it was another, I think. So, I don't really know. Is he? Is that the news? That's not the news. And why would you do it that way? Isn't that a spoiler? Hold on, I'm going to look that up. And he does it. He goes, oh, never mind, I was wrong. No, that's got to be fake. That's a rumor. And they go, no, he's not going to be. That's not going to be. Never mind. It's real news. Everyone knows this? I didn't know this. I saw Eva post something because somebody says, you know, I saw this. Does she know it's real? Or is she like, cannot say it, but now it's out? Does she know it's out? How come Ryan is not inviting Eva to everything? Him and Eva. Isn't that weird? Eva was in Ghost Rider with the other guy. Now Ryan is married. Did you know Ryan is married to Eva? You wouldn't know now. You wouldn't know. Yeah. I don't know what that is. Because Eva is hot, Ryan. And she's not going to let that happen for a long time. She's posting stuff and they go, I would be there 100% going, you're going to go with me everywhere. She goes, finally. Because she could be everywhere. She could be everywhere. I see her postings, I go, that is a shout, man. I would not let that go. I would not let that go. I get Bean, but you have to work it out. That way she's always with you. You know, finally. Like Lucy and Ricky. Well, they did not work out long term, so there you go. Huh. Marvel Studios announces Ghost Rider film starring Ryan Gosling. Oh, he is. And Sean Levy is directing. I actually understand that. I think he's going to be a good Ghost Rider. But don't do that thing. I think he went too much on that. Ghost Rider doesn't go. He doesn't do that. That's just him opening his mouth going, what's up? If you look at your skeleton, you know, everybody's a Ghost Rider when you think about it. And they hate burning. You go, I am hot all the time. That's him. Think Skeletor. Skeletor does it. Unless he's in pain. Don't extreme it. If I were there, I'd be like, Cage, he doesn't do that. And did they do it in a comic? He doesn't do that. Why would he do that? He likes the burn. Like I like it. He doesn't really burn or anything. Like, man, I'm hot. All the time. Because Eva Mendes was in that. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? How did they hook up? I want to hear that. I want to hear that. How did they hook up? She pursued him, huh? Or he was like, I could go there. I don't know. I have a question on that. So I guess it's true. That is weird. So she was hinting. Because she knows, right? Okay, it looks pretty grateful. He looks grateful. Okay, and they look like, yep, we announced it. There you go. Okay. All right. How about that? I want to see that. I want to see that. Because Cage kind of ruined it. I'm not going to lie. Cage ruined it. I did not like Cage as Ghost Rider. Ever. I tried more than once. I liked her in it. She's kind of like, not a big deal. Whatever you want. They really got to make her. But she goes villain. Don't make her villain. I don't know that you want to put her as Ghost Rider either. But there is a girl Ghost Rider, you know. She's mean, man. And don't give her a jacket. She's going, what is that about? All right, let's see. What is the thing? I don't know. They're going edgy, huh? Because Ryan's edgy. Oh, you're right. Stupid Ken. That did him in. Did him in. Let's see. What else? What else? The problem with Twitch, I'll tell you this. They almost need a class on how to go next. And Twitch should do it technically. Because you go, like YouTube. YouTube should technically do it. Go, you should come, and this is why. This is happening. Because they're banning people left and right. And they go, I did not do that. Oh. And then they're having somebody review it. And you go, if that person reviews it, and that person reviews it, and that person reviews it, I guess it's all right. Or not, you never know. Because they have, things that they got to be careful of. And some people get it, some people get it, some people get it. And some people are like, I don't really care. You never know. Yeah, you never know. Because then some go, great, I'm at court. Why am I at court? Yeah, about that. And I don't know. I think maybe here's what happened. It went too big. Let's see. Is he telling me something that I need to know? You never know. Don't know, dude. It does. I don't know what it does. Messenger. It's sometimes it acts up, huh? You know what? What's that about? Is he sending me the information about something I need to know? I don't know. It's not doing what you want. But all I'm going to say is this: Twitch. The reason I like Twitch is Twitch is awesome. That's number one. Number two. People do not care when you subscribe. So they do a lot of things they like, but you have to subscribe. You go, ooh, smart. But they're not responsible. And I go, oh. And I want to say a lot of people that I watch because I think it's awesome. I like them. And I don't want to be that person that goes, that might be a problem, that might be a problem, and that might be a problem, that might be a problem. Like if you have to come on to the, and he said, I don't want to have to tell anyone, but we have to tell someone. He forgets. I had to tell him, and then he did it anyway. What a lesson. So, because you never know when a mic is on. Now, the good thing, and I think a lot of these do it until they just don't care. He's sending me more information about something. About Black Panther. Well, I'm glad we didn't say it, because you go, dude, that's a spoiler. So responsible is all I'm going to say. Like, podcasting messed it up for everyone in radio because you go, oh no, do. TV. You never go on TV cussing. Okay. Network, not network. On cable, they allow it, but when they beep, 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 there's a reason. Okay. When you're live, you never want to cuss. Okay. And I've had it where people cuss at an event, and I go, ooh, you forgot. So you got to be careful. Keep it. Remember, kids are in the room, and you don't want anybody upset. Not everyone cusses. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. I should tag it in this. So my point is this, Twitch. Okay, Twitch. Now, do I want to go on Twitch? Yes. Am I on Twitch? Yes. Do I have an account? Yes. Have I gone on Twitch? No. I wonder why. Sometimes I go, that's why I wonder. Have you ever done that where you go, I wonder why, I want to, but something's holding me back? All the time I have that. All the time. And then I see it and I go, oh, no wonder. Have you ever had it the opposite, where it pushes you to do something and you're like, I really was not about that? Right? Has anyone had that? You got wisdom. You go, is it wisdom? And then you find out it's not wisdom. Like people that go to prison, right? I don't want anything that makes you go to prison ever. So, I don't know. I don't understand ones that do. I'm about that. Why are you about that? Why? Isn't it funny you said handler? The handler said, well, handler, be responsible. How about that? And I get that, because they have to deal with it. You don't, and I don't know, I kind of know the situation, and I kind of don't. Sometimes family go, you don't know what they're going to do with that. It's true. But what are you doing with it? And will it help them at some point? Probably not. That's why it happened that way. But can you have someone help them out? I don't really know, because they're not responsible. They're mean as all get out. Mean. All right, let's see what else. That's about it. I did not know. I'm sorry you like that about Ryan Gosling as Ghost Rider. But at least you know. At least you know. Boy, let me close this out. Yeah, when people ask for money, I go, if I don't say anything, there's a reason. It's called I have no money. I have no money. My mother, like, and I'm not gonna lie, I was like, how come you're not making money? I go, ooh, ma, do you know I'm taking care of you right now? Do you know I'm taking care of you? Taking care of you. Judy, I love you. You're so nice. Look at that. Says, hi to everyone today. Gonna run in a minute on the way to work at Hope Heals here in Walla Walla, Washington. Oh, by the way, can I do a shout out? Shout out to your dog's friends. Let's see, my best friend's Michelle's. Okay. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I do have a picture of. Oh, here's the thing that they do on Twitch. If you know, you know. This woman, I want to say, she's awesome. I've alluded to it. She's awesome. And she does a game. And while she does the game, I really think she needs to go on longer. But she does a game, and it's a really good game. And she does it right there. And really it's to teach you. Although she really needs to complete it, because man, oh man. But, I don't know when she's going to complete it. But if you know her, say, nothing about me. And that's all I'm going to say. But here's what I'm going to say. She's awesome. That's all I'm going to say. She does this thing. And I'm going to take it, because that's me. But I don't know how to take it without saying, in essence, because people are kind of weird, you know? My uncle died. Jose Luis died. Judy, I know you know Jose Luis. You go, which one's that one? The one, and I hate to say it, but he's the one with white hair. He's the one with white hair. Boy, was he hiding things when that's out, that's out. I go, I didn't know it. I didn't know it. I literally told him, I says, do you realize, because I think he was losing it. I think he was losing it. Because he literally, we would do stuff together. He would get paid, and then he'd pay me. That's how it went. He got paid, and then he would pay me. Sometimes he paid when I go, don't pay. He goes, well, I go, oh boy. But he doesn't listen. I don't know why. He's dead. But anyway. And no one told me until, and I go, are you kidding me? So, anyway. What was I going to say? So he's dead as a door now. Dead. And I've had him over. He knows where I live, actually. But, what was I going to say? He knows I have no money. He owes me money. But, yeah, never going to get that. I'm not going to ask the family for money. It'll be kind of weird. Can you pay me what he was supposed to pay? It's there. I know it's there. He did this thing which he should never do. And that's where he kind of lost it. He goes, oh. And then he did something. I go, I'm never going to get the money, huh? And he says something. And I go, and then nothing. Didn't pick up the phone ever. I go, I wasn't mad at you. I was just saying. But he would do that. Then I invite him to advance. So I don't really know what happened. But I think he was losing it mentally. And someone said it, he's losing it. I go, huh. So if you see that, be ahead of it. That's all I'm going to say. Be ahead of it. Be ahead of it. Be ahead of it. Because he's dead as a door now. Never going to do a thing with him, ever. He did Rose Parade with us. He's the one behind the camera. And I always try to give him a little, But he's shy. He's shy. If I give him a mic, he'll say something. And then he doesn't want to say it anymore. He's like that. Okay. But anyway. Yeah, what are you going to do? But I'm going to take it from this other person who's not dead and highly alive, but you never know. And they do this thing called show and tell. Yeah. And it's called show and tell. Show and tell, show and tell. And you know what it's called? It's so good. It's so good. I love it. But it's about people. Technically, it's the people that are watching. And so what they do, and I don't do this. I don't do Discord. But they put it on Discord, a link, or it's a thread, technically. But she goes, put it on my Discord, and then she does it at the end of the show. She goes, here is what everyone's working on. And that's really what she does. I don't know what I would do, but it's called show and tell. And there you go. Now, I will say this. She does it, but she's not on. I could have her technically on a show, but she's really smart. She's really smart. But I go, about that, I don't really know. Because I've had people on the show, and then I go, what's happening? What's happening? All right, never mind. So they come and go, come and go, come and go, come and go. When, I don't, you never know. Anyway, Judy made it. She said, she made it. Hope Heals, Walla Walla, Washington. Help a lot of people. Oh, here it is. I made it to work on time. Haha. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. It's all over the place. Made to work on time. This is what she posted. See, nonprofit doing some stuff at Hope Hills. Awesome. In Washington. Shout out to Washington. And then this. Made to work on time. All right. Awesome. Sorry. Judy, I know you've had things happen, right? And you've gone all like, I love Walla Walla. I just want to say that again and again. Now, would I go to Walla Walla? Yes, I would on Twitch. Because Twitch does something that I go, ooh, smart. Ooh, smart. Ooh, smart. People help you out financially. They subscribe. Now, some people give subscribe. I don't know why they do that. But usually it's a woman that makes a lot of money. Okay? And if you know someone, I'll give you an example. Hope Heals. This is where the responsibility, boy, oh boy. Let's say you invite Twitch, okay? And you say, Twitch, can we? They go, yes, we can. But they want money. That's the answer, okay? But here's the thing. And I don't know what they do at Hope Heals, but if someone responsibly did it and they opened a Twitch account and they said, this is what we do at Hope Heals. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. A sanctuary does this, okay? And they do it from an area I go, ooh, smart. And then people literally support and they put it on camera. And they hooked it all up. It's really smart. Is it responsible? Is it a thing? Should you? I don't have money, so don't ask for a donation. I got no money. I need people to volunteer. No, seriously, I don't really know. People go, but that's your family. Isn't it your family? Yeah, it is. But, so help your family out. You never know who needs it. There you go. So what was I going to say about that? That's all I'm going to say about that. But show and tell, I really like it. And I just don't know if I want to put it on Facebook or other. That actually makes sense. That kind of makes sense in a way. There's a setting. I use it. And if you know, it's called restricted. And when people aren't restricted, because there are some judgmental people. So I put some people on restricted because I go, you're judgmental, you're judgmental, you're judgmental. And then when I go, oh, you're highly judgmental, I put them on restricted. You don't even see that. There's a setting on Facebook. It's called public, restricted. Okay? Or friends only, really. Unless they change it. But you got to put them on a list. And you go, put them on the restricted list. Now they only see what you allow friends only to see. The public can see it. But they cannot see it. Because they're highly judgmental. I put, and maybe you did, I don't really know. But, because some people are judgmental. You go, I like you, but I don't. Because you tell that person. And you have a judgment. And there you go. So I got very judgmental people. Or not. I don't really know. You never know. If I take them off, I'm going to keep them on the list. And then I have people request me and go, I thought you were a friend. I do have multiple accounts, but I'm not logged into a couple. Don't know why, but there you go. Have you ever done something you don't know why? You go, I want to go there, but it doesn't let me. Yeah, that's probably a reason. Wisdom. That's all I'm going to say. So show and tell. I don't know how I should do it. Because they do it on Discord. I don't have Discord. Yeah. And I don't want it out there. But I think, in a way, they're doing some stuff I go, that could be in trouble. That could be... like music. Like music. There's music... And I don't know where they get this music from. I really don't. But if it flags it, guess what? YouTube takes it down. You go, yeah, I was looking for the video. It's gone. That's YouTube for you. Twitch, not so much. Not so much. Unless they get flagged later, I don't really know. Maybe why they go missing. But they don't really care. The thing about Twitch is they don't really care. The thing about Twitch, and I'm not going to lie, I like it, is on Twitch, they 100%. Here, I'm going to put this up. Sorry. Oh, we're not live, by the way, Annette. We're not live, but we could be. We were live, so I'm not live anymore. I mean, I'm live on streaming, but streaming doesn't count. I was live on the radio a moment ago. But, all right, let's see. This is Annette, the founder and director of Hope Heals. Good job, Annette. Good job. I like the name. Walla Walla, Washington, we provide basic needs, care packages, low-income people moving into housing. They get over 200 items to make a house a home. Over 200 items to make a house a home. Oh, I get it. Good job, Annette. Good job. Well, then you know what? I'm about you. I've been asked by profits and non-profits and whatever you want to call it. Have you ever seen that where, like ChatGPT, they go, that was a profit, and now they said it was supposed to be a non-profit. I don't know what they call that. Anyway, so here's what I'm going to say. We provide... And I kind of get that. Sometimes people have privacy, and they go, you know, I forgot about that. But your workers, like you, Annette, okay, this is the one, but she's not where she's at anymore. And she used to work at Children's Advocacy in Covina. Okay, and I got invited. She goes, "Hey, do you want to come?" I go, "Yeah, sure." And maybe it was that I asked somebody, "Is there anything you want to promote or anything you want to like say?" And I may put it on the show. I really have to put it there because sometimes I get some weird stuff. And then sometimes you're like, "Oh, that might be a problem with our station because again, the station makes money. I don't really make money. They make money, and like Applebees, I don't get the money. KMET does. So when they say we sponsor Rams, again, we're allowed Rams, but we're not allowed Rams on streaming. So there's all kinds of rules. Okay, there's all kinds of rules, which is why I kind of want to do a Twitch going, if you want to know business of radio, I'll tell you what it is. If you want to know of TV, I'll tell you what it is. Did that. And if you want to know how to because I get asked this, I used to do webinars, seminars, and hey, do you want to do this or that? How do you promote? How to get money? But Twitch is where it's at. Okay. Now, if you go to Twitch, you go, ooh, I could almost do this for you, Annette. I could almost do this for you. But the answer is this. You do it and you go, I'm shy. Oh, Annette, why are you that person? You go, okay, is someone able to do it? And then you can figure out. Now, there is one that if you watch it, you go, they do it in a way. But you have to be careful of the public. I will say this. This is where I call responsibility, number one. But here's what you can do. This is actually really smart, or not, I don't really know. You could technically, you know how Judy's helping you out right now? Judy is awesome. She's so awesome. You could technically have people in the area. If you go to Twitch and you say, okay, who is streaming in the area? People from Twitch can technically support you if you're set up properly. Some are set up and some are not set up. You go, oh yeah, we have that. Then you set it up and then boom, you're good to go. Okay. And they can do like St. Jude. I don't know if you know it, but St. Jude. This team raised almost $80,000 for St. Jude streaming. Because what Twitch does is they go, do you want to make the money or do you want to give it to a nonprofit that is approved? You go, I want to give it to a nonprofit. Oh, now I know that Facebook has this, YouTube has it as well. And you have to, and it's good to do anyway. If you're the founder, okay, so you founded it. Got it. Yeah, I get that because as a founder, I'm thinking like a person brought in. Okay, so that's your organization. Got it. Okay. Well, good job. How long has it been around? Because that's number one. But I will say this. Okay, perfect example. There was a horse sanctuary. It says, hey, do you want to come down? Yes. Loved it. Tried to stream. Tried to set up something, and then I figured it out, and I go, oh, that's how you do it. Because I really thought, this was before I need money. Now I need money. So my mother, I know you probably don't know, you didn't hear that. 13 years? Wow. 13 years. 13 years. That's a long time. You need money, huh? You don't want to say it all. You're like, I need money. You know how expensive this is? It isn't as easy. Unless you're a gazillionaire, you probably have stuff you're like, I need money as well. That makes sense. I have questions on that, but all right. Because I know you grants and all that stuff. I've left, right, and center. But here's what I'm going to say. I love you, Judy. You're a connector. Judy's awesome. Didn't Judy? You hurt yourself, didn't you? Judy's awesome. She hasn't watched in a while, but when she does, boy, does she go big. Okay, so the answer is this. Go on to, if you haven't already. But here's what you need to do to get it out there. Judy is good, but you need to get, honestly, people that know Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. And maybe the others, I don't really know. But you have to submit, and I've had one person, I think they did it, and you have to submit the records to them and then get listed. And then you tell the people, you can start with the people that work with you or go there. But if they don't have a lot of friends, what are you going to do? The people that are benefiting from it, you ask any of them, again, have them, just remind them. Because some people, like, that you're helping out don't want anything out there, So you go, you're private, huh? They go, yeah. You go, I get that. Yeah. So good job. That's all I'm going to say. But what I will say is register with those, and then people can help you out, and then you're good to go. It may not be that much. You really have to get out there, and if you're out there, You go, I am all right if you guys like gaming. You go, I'm not about gaming. I don't know if our people are about gaming. And I've had this conversation. I've had this conversation. People never listen. But I will say, go on Twitch, do a little something, and then watch it, and look up. There's one that's, I'm not going to put them out there because I don't know if it's responsible. There's a responsible way to do it, and then there's every other way. You go, well, again, because I get it. When you deal with people, they don't always want it out there, so you have to keep it very. And I've had it where we've had people like from foster systems and other, like children's advocacy. Children's advocacy is, they actually lock people up. And that's what they do. They work with the, and that's where they go, we're dealing with sensitive information. We don't want that information out. We do want what we do out, but we don't want that out. And then they take money from people that come. So they do fundraisers. They do a bunch of things like that. Yeah. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't know how big you are or how big you want to go. But if you need money, that's number one. Number two, because sometimes I find that sometimes the people running it are like, you don't know how much we really make. We make nothing, just, And because, yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, if I had money, would I help out? Yes, but I would probably say, let's go on Twitch. Let's invite responsible Twitch people to see what you do. Hide the people and say they cannot be on camera. Like, I'll give you an example. Kids, I went to one thing, and I was asked to do this. And then they said something to me, and I got flagged. And this wasn't, I think this was before I did radio. I don't really remember. This was with my other guy. He's dead. And they says, oh, we got approval of these kids, parents or something like that. And I go, okay. But I was asked to do a favor to cover something. It was a program. I've been asked that more than once. And so I said, okay, that's fine. So we took a camera. And I don't know really what they want. I still don't know what happened to the footage. But I'm like, okay, because kids and having their information out there, they're minors. So you go, oh, I cannot do that. So there's a lot of things that allow you to and then don't allow you to. And you almost want to go back to people that benefit from it and follow up on the people when you started. And you go, did any of them benefit from it? And then any of them willing to say and put it out there, look, this is how they helped me out when I was really down. And you go, ooh, that I could do. Put that together, then you have something, okay? Then go to your local station and have them do it for you. And then give them a credit. I don't know how that works with nonprofits. You go, yeah, we do it all the time. Just give them a credit, because I've been told more than once, oh, I'll give you a credit. And I never got that, whatever that is. And they said, oh, it's for a number. All right, but you didn't follow up. So, that's all I'm going to say about that. So you have to be careful. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, even better. So that's what I'm going to say, okay? So keep doing what you're doing and keep it where you're at, okay? Keep where you're at. That's all I'm going to say. I guess she's no longer around. Okay, well. What was that, her last name? Are you trying to help her out again, Judy? I don't know if I want to put it out because sometimes people don't want that to be known. Because sometimes people start a nonprofit and they don't know. They go, I did it because I was in that position. So trying to help you out. So, because it's hard. Here in LA, trust me, it is hard. It is hard. Hard. That's all I'm going to say. And then there's a lot. And you go, no, we're not that one. We're that one. Because they all use the same name. I've heard of that name more than you know. More than you know. But if you're the founder, good job. What you really want is for them to say at some point, or not, I don't really know. I don't know how that goes. Because you got to think a million years, right? Like a million years. And you go, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. And they go, she was at first. And you go, oh, I'm that person, right? And you really want to work that way. Because sometimes you go, you don't know what we have to deal with. And you're in Washington. I don't know what's in Washington, but I can almost guarantee if I looked it up, you would have to reach out and say, like they could play video games. I do have a question on what you do, because sometimes it dries up. You're the money. You go, no, they donate all the time. But if they die or it's not passed on, you go, oh shoot. Now you're looking for money. And I get grants, but grants are. I don't know how you hooked up with Judy, but Judy, she's one of those where she goes, I help out. She does. I guarantee if she were in the area, she would help out. But then I would say help because you never know. You have family. I guarantee you need help. All right, what else? Oh, back to you, Judy. So you mentioned something, and I said, ooh, I like that. What did you say? Said something about something. Dog. Yeah, there it is. Jane Austen. Oh, your friend's place. Yeah, Michelle, who's probably helping out. Awesome. Or not. I don't really know. Dog's name is Jane Austen. I love that. So I would say send me a picture, but you never know. But I would do it on the show, right? Unless Jane needs help. I'll go, uh-oh. They say about that. Because sometimes they should goes, we're not about that. We have a dog show? Are you kidding me? They say the weirdest things. They say the weirdest things. If you knew what they say, you go. And if they don't answer the door, they say, we're a nonprofit. Ew. Or go to your local TV. Go to your. Some people are shy about that. Don't be shy. Make sure everything's together. That you're. Because I know there are certain things you go, oh, we need that, we need that, we need that. Oh, we forgot about that. And sometimes you have to renew stuff, or you have to like, stupid government. They want so much and taking so much. I don't really know. I can give you an example. There was one over here. At least you guys do that. And I know if you say that you, like you said, I'm going to put this back up. Low-income people moving into housing, they get over 200 items to make a house a home. Oh, I have an idea now. Oh, it's a good idea too. I have said so many ideas and I see none of it being, unless it happened without me or somebody took it. Nah, maybe this is for someone. You never know. You probably have done it. If you're, say, I've been asked to be on a board, and I should have done it. Now I think about it, because I have good ideas. I should have been on that board. One of those, no wonder. You ever have that where you go, well, that makes sense. Should have been on the board. I know why now. Anyway, it would have taken a lot of time. That's the problem. I'd be like, I have no time. I'd be meeting virtually. They'd probably go, why are you here? I'll tell you why, because you're not. Because I was helping the person with the people that took it over, and that's the problem. And she's like, I believe it, but I think she wanted a voice to help her out with what. But she was brought in as kind of like you said, the person to help out. It wasn't her. She didn't start it. It continues, but that's probably why I got taken over. So again, you almost want that there ahead of time. I know it's one of those you go, I don't want to focus on that. But if something were to happen to you, who's going to take it from you and who's going to help out all the way and not make it look bad? Because that can happen. Sometimes you have someone, great, got to call the cops. I would let it go, to be honest. But if you have like a bunch of money and they took a lot of money, you go, oh, here we go. But I will work it out with them and go, can you just pay it back slowly or something? Because it's just bad for everyone. Unless it's like, you never know. And have insurance. Do they have insurance for nonprofits? Have insurance, because you never know. That could pay for everything. You go, oh my God, here we go. And as long as you have a record, we at the station have to have a record. Okay, we do anything, we have to have a record. I found that out. I was like, no wonder I don't do that. I got asked to do something. I go, nope, not about that. And then I found out we can't do that because even if we did it, it would be a problem. There. No wonder. Okay, government. It's a thing. You can get in trouble for some of the things. That's why I go, I wonder about that. Responsibility, that's all I'm going to say. Twitch. But be responsible, there you go. Some are responsible, and some are responsible. I'm trying to say responsible. Some are irresponsible, it is true, but I'm trying to say responsible. I don't know which ones are responsible, but they almost need, I cannot do that, I can do that, and I can. Usually nonprofits know this. They go, yeah, we can't do that, and we can't do that. I checked that, we can't do that. And when they are people, you have more problems there. Because usually, like, we don't ask questions. We just help them out. That makes sense. Here's the part that I don't understand, and it might be a mistype. Melee people? I don't understand that. This is Annette, the founder and director of Pills. Walla Walla, Washington. I love Walla. There's some Walla Walla. I want to know. Bullwinkle. Is he from there? He's coming out, man. I'm telling you. Bullwinkle knows Walla Walla. There's something about Walla Walla. I guarantee Bullwinkle knows. Or no, is that the other guy? All right. Did they... That's Canada, huh? All right, whatever. Walla Walla. We provided, and I know you misspelled that, D, although it could be funny, D, home, people need help. Basic needs, care packages for, I don't understand that line, Hermes people. Oh! It's a mistype. That makes sense. For homeless people, is someone gaming on your device? I don't really know. Okay, got it. Because immediately is like a bunch of people going at it. Okay, got it. Packages for homeless people and low-income people moving into housing. I want to know them. I'm going to drink. Sorry, I'm going to drink. It's Coke. Sorry if you don't support, but you never know. Okay. Well, I used to shave. I know I look homeless, but no judgment. I know, right? Judy knows. She goes, he lost it. I know I lost it. Sorry, Drew. All right, so real quick. If you get me on the phone, I'll help you out. I guarantee I'll help you out. I cannot promote because it doesn't make sense. It's like me promoting Applebees local over there. Doesn't make sense. What will make sense is when they stream as well. But they have like one person. You go, really? Or not, I don't really know how that works. Facebook limits so much. I really want to get with Facebook and say, can you help? Because I've been trying to help that. But here's where my eyes opened. You go, well, everybody knows St. Jude. Yeah, but the person had a fund, and they just said, and I think they did it out of their heart once, and then St. Jude invited them, and I don't know how much he got that time, but he just went nonstop broadcasting and said, for St. Jude, I'm going to give the money to them. And that's it. I don't know if he gets a credit. He really should. Because you go, taxes. Business people, that's the thing that you, like, I know if you're shy, you're like, I don't want to do that. It's word of mouth. I get that. But you almost want to remind businesses, hey, do you want to help out your community? And if you could prove that you help them out and you have those items and you give them, I love that you work with the housing and the homeless people and you provide the items to make a house a home. Because those companies should donate all of that and then some, and then they get a credit, right? It's a lot of paperwork, huh? It's a pain in the butt, huh? I get it. Well, because I have a theory on that. We have items all the time. But I go, does it make a house a home? So I would do that, number one. I would do that. I have to get paid, though. That's the answer. I cannot do it for free. Is that how it happened, Judy? It says, my sister? Oh, sister, you got to take care of her. Is she taking care of you or are you taking care of her? Which is it? Is she older than you or younger? Or does she want out there? Don't put her. How dare you? You never know. I have let it go. I'm sorry. I've let it go. Your sister and niece. Volunteer. Aww. You never know who's going to help you out. Look, I'm big, but people don't know it. Okay? I'm big, but people don't know it. You're like, why? We're in LA. That's why. Hollywood. But like I say, people in Hollywood need money. They really do. You go, whoa. They could be homeless. You go, yeah, we have a homeless one. That used to be in Hollywood. That makes sense. Then you understand. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Because sometimes people hide it. They hide that they're homeless. Some people do not hide it. And then some people go, uh-oh. But I like that you have with how... I'm going to put this back up because I like that. You really say some things. I go, that's smart. Keep it there. Moving into housing, because there's certain requirements, I believe. I could be wrong about this, and I would almost want that out there, because sometimes the information isn't out there. Like LA people might go, dude, you guys provide that? Because I will say I am about this, oddly enough, and I have been wondering about this, but I need to shave. I don't want to be that person. I used to shave all the time. You might make me shave. I don't know. That could be a competition. If I raise so much money, but I need money, so yeah, that's gonna work. But my mother. I know people are like, why do you need? When my mother needs money, I'm helping her out. It almost sounds self-serving, huh? You know, that's how people go homeless. They help out their family, 100%. They're there for them. And they're there for them. And they're there for them. And they put everything on hold for their family. That's me. I put everything on hold for my family. But yeah, it's just the weirdest thing is that, you go, wow. So that's all I'm going to say. But at least you know. Okay, now, real quick. You. That's the answer. And I demand truth. You. How about that? Okay, so the answer is this. It's very simple. I could be homeless. You never know. I put it out. Is that why? You never know. I put it out there. Somebody from Voyager. You ever watch that? Star Trek Voyager? One of them needs help. But he did a GoFundMe. You go, yeah, how did they make money? Well, because they think you have it. That's the answer. You go, you also want to put your expenses and go, just, we've paid that. And I paid that out of my pocket. Do you help yourself out with tax write-off? What do they tax you? I want to know that. What? They tax you. I don't know why they do that. Oh, good. You put their names out there. So shout out to volunteers. You guys are awesome. Don't know how you do that. My oldest sister, she put out there. Geraldine's like, I'm not old. I'm old. You never know. Moved there a year ago. Is it nice? I know people watching. I really do. I do. And her second oldest daughter, Yvette. Oh, here's what you could do. If you reach out to a station over there, usually they go, we have it. But say he can shave. I can't show my other picture. What else? I could go out there and help you out, but I would have to Twitch it and go, all right, but when we're there, then we help out. But in order to get there, and if you have that, like, it's last minute, because I get those, and I go, this is not going to work, it's not going to work. Or a TV station, I could be that guy. But you really have to have everything together, because if I don't do it, I can almost tell you there's a reason. There was one, I'm not going to say who they are, but they didn't have it set up. And I told somebody, can you tell them? Because I don't think they have it set up right. And they did not have it set up right. And then they said, bye-bye, and that's all. They don't know I know that they weren't set up right. I go, there's certain things that you say, and there's certain things that you say, and there's certain things that you say, and I go, you're not set up right. When you're set up right, then you're good to go. And that's all I'm going to say. I will say this. Do you guys, because I will say this, my mother, and she found out, and I didn't know this, there's a list that you could get on, and I don't know if you do this, but some will match time. Did you know that? If my mother says she volunteers a certain amount of time, the company, she worked for Edison, which is huge, says, oh, tell us how many hours you do when you're not working for us, and our company will match that with a certain amount of money to the nonprofit of your choice. Did you know they could do that? You go, oh, they can do that. I don't know how they set it up. I don't know what it is, but you go, that can help out. Because you touch a lot of lives, and that's smart. Sometimes people pay it forward. You never know. Sometimes they have a story. You go, yep, I have a story. Then go on camera and say it. That's all I'm going to say. You could do a picture. Some people are shy about that. Because I can say right now, an audio where they say it, but you do the picture. And you go, I'm not dead. I'm just saying it helped when I needed it. Some people are right about that. They're like, I don't mind that being out. I had one, he would say it left, right, and center. He goes, I was so drunk. And he goes, I was on the street drunk. And somebody, even though I was drunk, gave me something, and I pulled my, you would not know it. You would not know it. And he will say it to today. He goes, I was a druggie. You may not put that there, you never know. He says so many things. We have people, there are some people that have been on the show. They're in real estate now. They say, I came from homeless. And I know they want to go back, or they've already gone back. They go, yeah, I do. I was there. You don't know what happened. And they're not judgmental usually. You never know. But that's all I'm going to say. So why are we talking about this? I'll say this because evidently Hope Heals is a thing in Washington. But because I'm not there, I cannot help out. I've helped out more than you know, and I never get that credit. I go, dude, I need it. Taxes. Boy, do they. That's all I'm going to say. Anybody? There you go. Have you noticed that sometimes the people that volunteer need money as well? Isn't that weird? But I love that when it gets like, you go, okay, how many people are volunteers here? Little, they get no money. You would think they get money at the way they do, but they don't get money. That's why I say have insurance, just in case. You never know. That's all I'm going to say. Have insurance. Okay, you see, Judy, I don't know if you craft or you make things, but you could go on Twitch, and there's this thing, it's called creative. I do it now. I'm not going to lie, Judy. I'm not going to lie. I don't have money to subscribe, though. You go, I only have one viewer. Well, you never know. Yeah, I'm glad I shared something that you say is awesome. They're always busy. Yeah, they never listen. I don't know what that's about. Or they do. They go, yeah, you never know. I do a story. It's a word story. That's all I'm going to say. I'm listening as I work. I make coffee and doing little things. Okay, you're awesome. But you may not want to do it there because you want to get permission. But if you craft or you do anything, and this is to anyone listening, go to Twitch. Okay, go to Twitch. I would bring it up, but it tends to malfunction when I bring it up. Something about Twitch and other programs running. I don't know what that is. It doesn't work well. But I go to creative on Twitch, and you go, ooh. And I think they have this on YouTube. But I would do it on Twitch, okay? And then don't pay. Just watch when they're live. And you go, ooh, they do some stuff I like. There's crocheting, there's sewing, and they're just people talking while they do it. And they're really about, and you could tell sometimes, like, and you go, I don't have money. That's all you have to say. I don't have money. Or not say it. You just go, I can't do that. And they get it. They get it. And then if you watch long enough, Amazon really needs to get it together, because I think I know what they want, but it malfunctions. And it's called bits. But you go, no, don't have money. There you go. And I think technically, Hope Heals could do this. And you go, if you have Amazon, I really don't know how it works because I don't have money. But it used to do it when you first sign on. It would give you, and it's kind of confusing, not going to lie. And then you redeem it, and I think they give you money for watching, but then it malfunctions after a certain amount of time. I really don't know what that is, or it's a cap. So they give you 100 bits, but 100 bits is equal to about $1 US dollars. Okay, about. And so I guess if it's kind of like spend it here, spend it there, spend it there. You go, oh. So I think, but I don't know how it works because I keep trying to redeem and it doesn't go anywhere. And I don't know what that is. And I think the channel's like, I don't know what that is. So I have questions for Twitch. I feel like they're taking advantage of people, but you can get out there with Twitch and people that are in the area, and then they can get the information out. It may not be what you want, like $100 billion, because you just never know. But you never know, because some people have high, and I go, don't have that high. That's ridiculous. Just don't have that high, because you never know. Yeah, Jew says, thank you so. Yeah, I hope that helps. But that's all I'm going to say. Okay, to everyone else, Twitch. Okay, I'm not on Twitch. Do I want to be on Twitch? Yeah, I do. But I want to shave. I'm not gonna lie. People like, I saw this guy, and I go, he has a hat too. I go, whoa, your word. He had an angel's hat. Okay, and he was funny, cussing left, right, and center. I do not cuss. Cannot cuss. Okay, but and then music. Music is a pain in the butt. The good thing about Twitch, okay, is this: they don't care. They literally stream. They I don't even know what that's called, but it's like if somebody puts on a radio, you go, that whole program is null and void. Okay, unless you record it, then you have to edit it. So you take out that music or whatever flagged it, because it goes copyright. I didn't know. I didn't set that up on purpose. And then sometimes you think you're copyright free, and guess what? It goes, nope, I know that. They're copyright. You go, oh, okay. And it goes, oh, it's blocked in some areas. You go, why do I even do this? I'll tell you why. You literally have to do it without any music. That's number one. Number two, do it with no music. I did something for a nonprofit. I got asked by he was trying to help out. And he says, hey, can you help us out? Yeah, sure, why not? So I went, helped out. We put some music in, and then I think it got flagged. And I think they said, put this music in, or we just put in. Maybe I thought it was I don't know. It's one of those things on Facebook that say. So I used it, and then it got flagged on YouTube. I go, oh, about that. So that's where your problem's going to be. Music. Music is a number one problem on anything, YouTube and Twitch. But what I have seen, I go, how do they do that? You know what? They don't care. It gets flagged because they are about the live, so they're always broadcasting. And if you did a thon like Twitch does, YouTube has done it, but Twitch is really for it, I think. And you have people, and they hand it off sometimes. I like this thing they do with the phone, make sure you're on Wi-Fi, and then they hand it off to the next person. They go, okay, we're going to raid someone, and I think raid is a little backwards, or maybe like, right? But it's really called, we're going to share, I'm going to send all the people I have. So if you have like a person, you would send them to the next channel, then they discover that channel. So hopefully you know what they are about. Some do it, some don't, and some probably forget, and some are like, how do I do that? So, but go to Twitch, sign up for Twitch, watch it, and you go, they actually are raising money, and there are people raising money for themselves. Sometimes they will donate the money, but you have to give them, and you have to have it almost ready to go. You go, that is what we need. Don't talk about it. Have it ready to go of whatever that is. I know it's a form, and sometimes they fill it out, sometimes you fill it out, and I think our station acts like a nonprofit. It's not a nonprofit, but they act like a nonprofit. They trade all the time, and I know that you could do that. I know you could do that. But because I've been there. So I used to be really dumb with nonprofits, and I didn't know, like coffee. You have an event, you go to your local coffee, go, we're a nonprofit, say what you are. They go, oh yeah, I don't know what they do, but they're supposed to get a right and something. Because I see people taking advantage of the situation all the time. I go, And then there are some nonprofits getting in trouble because they don't do anything that they say. So it's good that you have proof that you do the items and you do it, you're good to go. Because there are some over here, they go, like Like you know those thons, you go, yeah, they take advantage of it all the time. Like musicathons and what other thons do they do? They go raising money. Oh, we're in the area of fire. Okay. When the fire came out over here, I think there was a big fire in Hawaii. There was a big fire in a lot of locations, but over here we had a really big fire, and it was really big, and a lot of homes are gone. Okay. Well, they did this thing, and I know something's going to happen from it. And sure enough, when they go, we're raising money for the fire. All right. And the people want to say it, and it's so simple. We got none of it. They go, no, the nonprofits did. Those nonprofits aren't even there. They don't do it, or they're gone, or they're on a list that used to, but they don't. So then all of a sudden people go through the list. It got on the news. And then I don't know if they went through it, but you go, some of these nonprofits are either not around, and not around. And you go, well, who's making the money from that then? Right? Because you have to prove it when it gets called out. That's the thing about nonprofits. That's why when you have an idea and they go, we really can't do that, you almost want to learn why you can't. You go, oh, I didn't know that. That's why they go, yeah, there's certain things that we can do, but we don't want to get in trouble. And there you go. That's why we want to prove what we do. We want to take photos. We want to take video, but we don't want to publicize it if we don't have permission. You know? And I wouldn't even blur out people. I would just get someone. Sorry, I have a visual in my head right now how you could do it. But it's music that's a problem. And if people don't understand it, they don't know why. But because you can go really big overnight and you go, I didn't know we were going to be that big. So you almost want to say, look, like have I guess, I know people have done it and they've made it successful, but then they go away because they have to get paid. Nonprofits do pay, but sometimes they don't have money to pay. But I know of, like, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. I guarantee you're not that big. The Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, JDRF, is something that, well, they probably don't know out there, or they do, I don't really know. But they used to do things, and because they're in the area of Hollywood, but then they have chapters, and I don't understand how that works. But you go, that person gets paid, that person gets paid, and that person gets paid. But that's only when they have money. So the person working for them really was like, oh, I need money. And yeah, they're like, oh, we have money. Okay, you can stay. So when you understand that, you go, oh, no wonder. So when you volunteer, they love it. They love it. But I would say, is there a way, and I could be wrong about this, she's like, shut up. You never know. But you really should have the paperwork ready. That way people are ready. You go, look, I can give you this paper so that if they ever ask about taxes, you could say, no. Time is money and money is time. Then people will work for you left, right, and center. Because I hate this whole internship thing. I saw this paleontologist, which was on Twitch, really smart, and he was doing this thing in Utah, and he's like, you know what, we don't get paid. And I guarantee he's getting paid through Twitch because people subscribe to watch. Or they can literally, I don't want to tell you that, that's too much. But the point is this, on Twitch, he's making money just by broadcasting, okay? Now, he says, look, I'm going to tell you this. And he said it. He says, and I thought this was so smart because sometimes they put restrictions on you don't even understand. And I would say this as a nonprofit. I would say they put restrictions on this. Okay? And Trump is putting a lot of restrictions. It's a pain in the butt. You go, no, he's really good. He can donate. He probably has. And you never know. That's all I'm going to say about that. There you go. Some use what they do. They open what? I heard it. Okay, fine. Yeah, true. You never know. Oh, Judy, you understand? What's that year 2920? What's going on there? There is no 2920. Is there? Are you going? I have an opinion on that. There's Jewish calendar, there's Chinese calendar, and then there's the calendar. Did you know that? I did research. I go, we're in the year of what? It was like 4,000 and something. Did you know that? According to, I think, the Jewish calendar. Or the Chinese, I can't remember. One was like 4 and the other was like 5,000. How they count. I go, ooh, that makes sense in a way. So which counts which? All right. It says, let's see. I literally haven't seen you since the end of... I wish we were in... Do I wish that we were in that year or not? I don't really know. What would it be in 2925? Is that a bait? Is it a bait of a bait? All right, but 2025 is what you mean? That makes sense. And I had to make a second look to make sure it was you. I know, it's horrible. You can see me in the eyes. I'm here. I have to get a shave. But beard? Oh, no. Beard, whatever make you comfortable. No, I don't want a beard. But on the other hand, I am thinking the fundraiser for opioids, and you'll be willing to shave your beard off. I need money. Okay, that's the answer. But I think it'd be funny, though. Oh, there's your correction. 2025. Not 2925. Well, here's the thing. You never know, right? I thought it was for film. Maybe it's for... But I need money. I need money. That's the answer. Here's the thing people don't know. Okay? And I could be wrong about this. You could educate. Because people are in... Like the one that says we're going to donate... Okay. Perfect example. Cancer. I did an event. And it's a lot of celebrity. All right? Cancer. Okay? And it's a very well-known one. But here's what people don't say. And I found this out when someone says, that's why sometimes it's in the wording. Yeah, we know this. When you get a little check, but you go, they raised a lot of money. Here's the problem that you don't know. When you need to educate your volunteers. Let's say there's a big event. It's a gala. I've been to so many galas. They go, benefiting. Okay. That's why they go, because guess what? Let's say $1 million is there. We raised $1 million. How much of that goes to the nonprofit that you say it's in supporting? Because I was told, and I could be wrong, that 10% can be donated to the nonprofit and the rest for the people who threw it. Right? Because they got to get paid. Right? No, maybe so. Because I had one. He goes, yeah, sure, I'll donate to this. And he wrote a check because he literally got money for the event. But it was, I think, a good amount. And they came and they said yes. But sometimes they come for, you go, that's it? Like, it was only, not that much money. But they will send someone, which takes time and money. So this should be a minimum, technically. But maybe they don't tell them how much money, huh? Maybe that's it. Because they take a photo and you go, for that amount? You made more than that. They go, well, it was only, unless I got wrong information. This was someone, I'm not going to put it out there, but you never know. But usually... And that's how they go, yeah, they do that. Because there's something about words, like up to, so you go, that $1 million doesn't go? No, usually no. Like when you think of a festival, you go, there is money that they need to raise for themselves. And then I believe it has to be at minimum, unless it has changed. And this is years ago. It was 10%. So... I would not want to be that person where I'm going to be like, I raise $1 million and I only put 10% and I keep the other. But I do. This is where it gets really like, and I don't think people understand this because you need money. That's the answer. And when you get it, you go, oh, that makes sense. So usually nonprofits will take anything. Okay. Because they have no money. Like the sanctuary, right? The sanctuary, they helped out horses. All right. And they took all kinds of horses. They were beaten down horses, left for dead horses, a bunch of stuff. This was before coronavirus. And they were really good. But Twitch was not around when I did that. At that time, I think I streamed live. And Judy, you never know. Maybe you and I connected way when. Because if you remember that, I had a horse that I was near. And I loved that horse. I took pictures with the horse. I go, oh, you're so cute. But they needed money. Okay, when you saw it, you go, they need money. And I showed it a little, but it was a stupid... It would cut out and I go, but Twitch does that. But Twitch does something that Facebook doesn't. I don't even think YouTube does this. I could be wrong. And it does a standby when your data goes off. Right? When Facebook does that, it disconnects you. You go, great, here we go. Right? Have you ever, I think you probably have done it, right? And you go, yeah, Facebook is a pain in the butt. But Twitch has this really nice thing when you go to Twitch. Twitch, you can have more than one camera or one device connected. And then you swap it, and then you're on the next one. Oh, really good. And then they have this thing where they collab. Really nice. Really good. Really good. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. But all I'm going to say is just keep it going, okay? Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Twitch. Go do that. Know your, like, what that is. And know that if someone throws this in order to support you, have something ready. If you don't already. You may. I don't even know. Because I've seen sites and I go, you need that, you need that, you need that. It's really proof. So take photos. Take photos. I guarantee you as volunteers don't mind being on camera, or you do, I don't really know. Put on makeup, get your hair done, look all pretty, and say, we're volunteering. This is why we volunteer. It's hard when you start having to pay people. Like, because there's some, like Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, There are people that do volunteer. I get that. Some do it because they go, this actually helped our family. So I'm volunteering. Wow. Get those stories. Get those stories. And then if they don't want out there, that's fine. But get the stories, because at some point, someone's going to ask you, because they really just want to say, I've had this where people donate, and then they go, I'm not getting nothing from it. That's what a donation is. I mean, what do you want from it, right? It's really difficult. If you are a director and founder, then you know what I'm talking about. Or you don't. I don't really know. Or you're like, I've been doing it for a while. The answer is this. I don't know what the handoff is, but so that's all I'm going to say. So I think they need to do a show on how directors are limited by usually the people that have the money or access to the money. Like Children's Advocacy Group, okay, or was it the Children's Advocacy Center? I don't remember, but it's in Covina, okay. And when I was asked to help them out, and I get emails from the new people. Okay, there's another one that I got asked. It was L.A. Musart, and I got asked by the director then. Awesome, she's awesome, and she knew celebrity because she was in a way around celebrity a lot, and she did something for Disney. And I go, oh, no wonder. And we did this. It was actually a comedy event. And I asked comedians to come and go. And so I didn't know a lot now I think about it. But I should have said, hey, by the way. But it was really to benefit the LA Music and Art. And, I should have had those people go to the LA Music and Art and go, oh, I get it now. Because in a way I could feel they're like, really, that's it? Because not a lot of people came out. Not a lot of people came out for the event. And I go, oh, that makes sense. Because promotion, right? So I've been asked on more than one, what do we do? And then I've had ones literally do it. They do all the work, and they honestly get nothing, or they get something because they're being paid. Because, again, you have to pay in order. But I don't know what that is. But have proof. I don't know at what point you could go from, because nonprofits, technically, that's why they have that. I don't really know. All I'm going to say is it may have changed. I would have to go, oh, that makes sense, that makes sense, that makes sense, and that makes sense, that makes sense, and that makes sense. And that makes sense. And there you go. Oh, you have a lot of wineries. And onions. Walla Walla's known for something, huh? It's not known. I'm going to tell you right now, it looks like a cartoon area with a name. Is there a cartoon that started in Walla Walla, Washington? Because I'm telling you, when you say Walla Walla, Washington, it's one of those that just roll off the tongue, right? And then you look at it and go, it's not the way you think. Is there a cartoon that started there? Or is there someone that says, I'm going to take that name and I'm going to run with it, and it never started there? Walla Walla. Because I tell you, man, it's like in Bullwinkle. It's right there. It's in, no, maybe so. Hi, Yvette. Hi, Geraldine. All right. I need a shave. That's the answer. You never know who's watching. But that's all I'm going to say about that. Twitch. Go to Twitch, and it's not just for games anymore. It's not just for games. If you think, oh, it's not. It's not. There was a channel called Justin TV. I used to love it. But they took it off because they were irresponsible with stuff that they put out. I guarantee it. Or I don't really know. And people used to broadcast on Justin TV. And I used to see things that go, that's going to be a problem, that's going to be a problem, that's going to be a problem. That was before I did radio, though. Now I know it's a problem. But they're no longer, are they around? Justin.tv was the thing. Do you remember that? Justin.tv. It was around MySpace time, before MySpace got bought. What have they done with that exactly? Yeah, can't be reached. I wonder if I could Google what Justin TV was. All right, it doesn't matter. But the answer is, Justin TV used to do this, and people used to do it. I go, why? I was judgmental. Now I go to Twitch, click on, hi, hello, Yvette and Geraldine. I do not know what you look like, but I have a beard. I just don't have a beard. Do you like beard or no beard? Let me or maybe you don't care. I had a beard. I don't have a beard. See me on the bottom left? That's me without a beard. This is me. Lost it. My Theo died. Some people prefer a beard. I've heard it. They go, I prefer a beard. Some people say, I don't prefer a beard. I need to cut it. I did a film festival. The film festival was in an area of Budapest. And they said, we're doing Budapest. Maybe that's why I'm growing the beard. So that's the answer. I think I'm growing the beard because it was at a time that my uncle died. I'm like, And then it came out people don't understand what it takes to shave. But it came out, you know how they say, do they still do that? It was a 3 o'clock shadow, okay? By 11 o'clock a.m. I'm like, I'd shave and it would, you go. I 2-3 days. It's like it wanted to come out. Now it's out. I don't know about that. I used to care. Do I care? No. Do you see me with the shirt and a tie? No, you don't. I'm with a hat and a shirt and a little. I think you would appreciate this logo. See, he's kind of cool. Yo, what's up? It's actually, maybe I should show you or not. Isn't he cool? That's who I am now. Lost it. It broke me. It broke me. Okay. Anyway, what I'm going to say is this: keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. But go to Twitch. I'm not on Twitch right now, but I really want to be on Twitch. But I don't know. Responsibility. You never know. And they'd be like, "Why are you talking about that?" I'll tell you why. They might get rid of me at some point because they go too much. But it's really okay. It's like this: do you want to be banned on any of the accounts that you're on? No. Especially when you're making money. No. Well, that I've been in a case almost. It was jury duty, and they wanted me. They really didn't want me on a case. You go. It was funny because I'm like, I work at ABC News Radio, KMET. They go, we'll figure that out when we get there. You really don't want me on this because if you know anything about jury duty, I want to talk about this at some point. They go, you cannot talk about it. I can when it's done. And it was a case against YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, I think. And then I found out that it was already everywhere when I did the search, and it was covered in a way. But anyway, the other one settled. And I think they ended up settling because like, oh, but that was a 3-month case that I was on. And they said, oh, we'll pay you. Haven't gotten a check from the county of LA. So that's all I'm going to say. Your civil duty. About that. For other people to get money? Don't know about that. Let's see. It was a lot of money, by the way. Look it up. It's a case against YouTube, Facebook, also known as, and they got it wrong. It was so funny when they talked about it. You go, oh, you don't know how it is. Anyway, because YouTube is Google, so Google was there. And then Meta. But it was funny how they announced it. What are you going to do? Do you want that out there? All right. Breast cancer survivor and on a health journey. Good job. Keep going. All right. We're not on radio, by the way, so don't worry. No one knows. Really, no one watches. That's the answer. People watching. Okay. I have lost it. That's the answer. If you know, no. My mother needs help. That's the answer. But good job on surviving. You know what? That's one of those, they almost, I tell you know how much money is raised for cancer? And you go, like St. Jude. St. Jude, they raised money on Twitch. You know how much they raised? I don't know how much and how fast he did it. What the final was, but he was at 30,000, and I'm like, and then overnight he was at like 50,000. I go, they have this thing, they know it. It may take too long for you to do it, but Twitch people know this. They go, oh yeah, it's a plugin. What's a plugin? Don't worry about it. Just go with someone that knows Twitch. They can help you out, but do it responsibly, and then you never know. There's one. It's so cute. There are cats. Okay, there are cats. And I left it on at night because I wanted to see something. And they had this interaction thing. It was really cool. It was just so cool. If you help out a nonprofit that is like helping out animals, I'm not gonna lie, you have to be responsible. It's a good way to watch your workers and make sure that they're always doing what they say they do. But because I guarantee someone's gonna be in trouble there. Yep, there you go. But they do this thing as interactive, and Twitch is so smart about this. I really want to figure out how they do this. They could go everywhere with this. Now that they're owned by Amazon, I really think Amazon doesn't know they exist. I don't think Bahar, whatever his name is, Jeff, knows. Because he's busy everywhere, not paying attention to Twitch. But he really should. That's the answer. Because Meta is Meta. Now, he understands Meta, which is, it's just another company for Oculus. But are they doing anything Oculus? No. And yet they should. So that's the answer. But raise money the way you're doing. Keep going, and there you go. But these festivals that say they benefit, that's where you go. That's where the money goes. Here's what I'm going to say about that. Because I know there are other organizations going, yeah, they're big. The way you get big is by people with their story. That's number one. And then keep doing what you're doing. Don't change it. And then add on slowly. That way you don't get inundated. Okay? Because I get it. Because I've done this more than you know. And some of the organizations are going. But maybe that's what happened. I helped out the person that got hired on, and they go, well, I'm no longer there, but you can deal with the new person. And the new person, I've got it. Because the person before you brought it, you dummy. And that's the answer. They get very high and mighty. The handoff. I hate the handoff. Okay, the handoff is a pain in the butt. And again, I think they take advantage of me with beard and without beard. But I think they took advantage of me, especially without a beard, because they go, oh, he's a nice guy. They don't know what I know that I know, but I don't say. But on Twitch, they say it. Okay, so you got to be careful of Twitch, because they will say it. Can you do you know what they did? So that's all I'm going to say. And when you're dealing with people, you go, I wish I could put them on like little cats and animals. But they do it on Twitch. And I know YouTube does a little, not a lot. But on Twitch, you can interact with certain animals. And that's where people go, ooh, I'm going to, and then they watch them. They watch them. And then, okay, if you look at this one, I don't really want to put it out there because you never know, and I don't want to be called out on it. But there's one, if you go do your research on that, look at Sanctuary of Cats. Okay? Go look there. And then you'll see something that when you watch it long enough, you will see it, or not, I don't really know, or you might be busy all of a sudden somebody donates, you never know, or somebody makes a call going, I hate those ungrateful little. All right, all I'm going to say is Twitch. Do research on that, see how they make money, and then you'll figure it out, okay, in your way. Because again, people's privacy, I do get that. But I would like to see the this is an idea. Do you have a list of the items? I'm sure it changes because you only get so many, right? And then maybe some people actually, you go, that actually qualifies. I would like to see a list of the items that because you could go on Twitch with the items, unless they don't want that out there, which is kind of weird when you think about it. But you want to do a mini-a-thon, okay? And then that'd be funny as all get out. I think that would be funny. I think it would be funny and awesome for you guys, especially with what you guys do. The ones that go big are the ones with the hookup with the local television station. Okay, those are the ones that go big. But they have to go again and again and again. Because here's the thing. I don't want to put that out there. But that's all I'm going to say. You may be shy. I'll tell you, Judy's not shy. Judy's not shy. Judy will be like, oh, I know that. You go to the local station and say, we're a nonprofit. And they will never charge you for time. Okay? And even if they do want to, you go, I could give you one of those for helping us out, which is whatever that stupid farm is. I have yet to see one. I have been told it exists. I think I saw one from afar. And it was like, just fill out what that number is. I know. They said that. I go, I don't know what to charge. Now I do. Now I do. But anyway, have that ready to go and then have it always ready to go. I guess there are different forms for different things, but have those ready to go. And then make sure everything's above board. That way, if someone says, like that sanctuary and all sanctuaries sometimes go, that should be private and that should be private. I didn't know that. And then they get into the legal. They go, great, we're there. So sometimes you have your heart there and you go, we are restricted by that, and that. It's a pain in the butt. So if you're helping out, keep helping, and then find out why they do what they do and why they limit things. You go, oh, that makes sense now. Okay? And then maybe someone can come in with experience. They probably won't stay there, but they'll say, oh, you need this, that, and that. And grant people, I have a high suspicion about. Because I had one, and they're like, well, I make money by writing the grant. Pay me. I go, but how am I going to, I don't have a nonprofit. I don't have one. I do not have one. Yeah, but nonprofits usually, I know of some that go, I get paid when you get paid. I am about that. And then there are others like, no, I don't make enough. So I'm going to charge you ahead of time. Dude, we're not that. We're the one when, But I don't know what that is. There's a lot of but maybe that's old information. Maybe I have old information on that. I don't really know. Sometimes, and Google doesn't know. AI doesn't know. It kind of knows, but it doesn't know. Okay? It goes, I didn't know that. So talk to people that have a lot of money, raise a lot of money, put a lot of money, and there you go. And if you go, how much? You just ask it. Say, how much of that money goes to the nonprofit? And they go, what? Then they don't know. The one who cuts the check, who's that? How much of the million goes to them? Oh, this amount. And if they don't tell you, I think they're supposed to tell you. They're supposed, because it's something about record or something like that. I could be wrong on that. I could be wrong. But if you're helping out homeless people, you really need help. Okay, and anyone will help you out. I love, and sometimes some have programs, some have other things that they do, but keep it simple. Keep it simple. You know what I mean? I love that you're teamed up with the housing part. I'm pretty sure you don't provide the housing, but those that do, they know, right? Or maybe you never know. So housing, but don't go mayor. Don't go those people. They're a pain in the butt, and they never help you in, you know. But go local. Just go local. And sometimes you go, wow, you need money. They're closing up left, right, and center. All right, that's all I'm going to say. I think I'm out of time. I was going to do a story, but you never know. And that's it. All right, so I hope it helps. I hope you use some of it. I hope you're able to do some stuff. And that's all I'm going to say. I know, I look horrid. I keep telling my mother, I'm going to get a haircut. And you know what happens? Again and again. She almost went to the hospital once. She literally, right before a show, I need to go to the hospital. All right. And I didn't go on air. And then it was, I'm not gonna, but anyway, people care, and do they care? Be around people that care, and that's all I'm going to say. All right. Make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is living, and live well. Bye, everyone.